guys, welcome back to our channel. Before we continue, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we release new videos. Just a reminder, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it holds no record of wrongs.
It does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. And above all,
love never fails. So guys, today we're going to be continuing from one of our previous videos entitled, How Did I Know He Was the One? So without further ado, let me hand you over to my beloved husband, Mr. Jeffrey LaRose.
So, after my wife spoke to me, at that time, I tried to put on this tough skin. So I was like, let's just give this thing time and see how it can work out. But inside of me, I was like, finally, right? It's because for me, I wanted to make sure that Giovanna was sure.
Mind you, I was very certain. Remember, I came to realization that, hey, Jeffrey is my soulmate. And at that point, there was no turning back. It's me and him moving forward. So,
well, to be honest with
he
you,
didn't know that.
But to be honest with you, even though she said that, I'm soulmate, right? Remember, we are not married yet. So I had to make sure that I up my game.
Okay.
So, about 3 weeks after, I planned a date with Giovanna. Right? And in planning this date, I wanted to give her something that, will sweep her completely off of her feet. Right? And I wanted to make sure that after this date, she know that here to see, Jeffrey is the man. Right? Nobody else. Right?
Indeed, he went above and beyond.
See, she's trying to talk about my story.
He outdid himself. I could remember when he came to my house to pick me up. First thing he gave me was a big Cadbury chocolate. Who knows me knows that I love chocolate.
This day.
Even think about it now, I can taste it in my mouth, right? Anyway, that was sweet. And then we proceeded to the restaurant, and I can recall when Jeffrey opened the door of the restaurant, I was welcomed by a very nice video of myself being displayed on the screen, and it was so beautiful. I also remember we were like the spotlight at the moment because everybody in the restaurant, was looking at us.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice. And also I can remember when he escorted me to our table. We gasped from Harry right to Harry wrong. We had a lovely conversation. And I can remember the waitress, seeing the waitress taking out a large bouquet of flowers. I was telling Jeffrey, wow, that's a nice, gesture.
And I was,
whoever purchased that.
And I was like, whoever purchased this thing is a really lucky person. I was behaving like I don't know who the flower is for.
Yes, and then seconds after, the waitress came to our table and gave me the bouquet of flowers on behalf of Jeffrey. It was so sweet. That's one of the best dinners I've ever been on at that time. Of course, afterwards we've been on other dinners that were really, really nice or even better, but at that particular time it was so good and I had a great time. So indeed, Jeffrey outdid himself. It was
right. So after the dinner finished, she already expressed how she felt, right? So I don't need to say anything.
Food, everything was good.
Right? I don't need to say anything. So after the dinner, I took Giovanna home. Girl asked me if I gotta go home now. Right?
We didn't want him to go home.
Right? So I was like, I could stay a bit longer. So I stayed like an hour. We sat on our veranda. We just continued chatting, and who know me, I could hold on a conversation.
Yes, oh my gosh.
But this time it was Giovanna who was the one that was, prattling away.
Not really,
and these
not
things,
all the time, but
right? So after, that date, 3 weeks after, we made our relationship official.
Yeah.
Right? And it all began. But in our relationship, it was never a dating relationship where we were seeking out. We already know that this relationship we wanted to end somewhere. right? So what we did, Giovanna took me and introduced me to our parents again. Right? And I introduced her back to my parents again. Right? And note, my parents were way more happy than me. Right? My dad was smiling big. Right? And it was like, you know, they already know that this is my queen. Right? And they know that I love Giovanna very much, right? And you see, the word of God is true, that God did grant me the desire of my heart. Through all the work, through everything that I put in, you know, God eventually grant me the desire of my heart. And I'm forever grateful. Up to this day, I'm forever grateful for this beautiful young lady in my life.
Aww,
right?
I'm grateful for you too.
Right? We want our courting relationship to be one that is normal. We wanted our courting relationship to be one that is life building. One that is preparing for marriage. So what we did, we helped each other become better in that process, right? Because remember, I'm going to be spending my life with Giovanna, and Giovanna is going to be spending her life with me, right? So in order for us to allow this relationship to work financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, we need to have a plan, right? So from our courting days, we planned. About 7 months into our relationship now, Giovanna brought a folder to me. I said, Geoffrey, I want you to pay attention. Look at this folder and tell me what you think. Note, this folder was like an assignment. This thing had like 20 pages, right? But I opened this folder, wedding plans, starting from content page. This thing had everything.
But I'm sure you ladies
everything.
You can attest to the fact that, you know, we ladies always before the engagement, you know, we have everything planned out already. The design of our bridesmaid dresses, the color scheme of the wedding, everything. So, you know, I had those thoughts in the book. So
I started to chip in too, because remember, it's not only all alone getting married, I getting married too. So I started producing a guest list. This guest list had 50 persons.
I thought was very unrealistic.
Human being, right? But you know, when the wedding day comes, it's something different. Anyway, as you continue to follow the storyline, you will end up seeing how many persons went to our wedding.
Next video.
Right? So we planned this wedding the exact month after Giovanna would have finished graduating, which would have been December, because University of Guyana graduation usually be in November. In November, in November. So we planned it for December, right? Note, everything went in this folder already. It was already presented to me, right? So only thing that went in the folder is engagement, right? So now, you know, as time goes by, I start planning this engagement. Note, I wanted to engage Giovanna big. Right? I was trying to do it in front of a concert, you know, when she's singing or performing, you know, just walk out, pop the question on the knees, you know, bust some lyrics or something, right? But, you know, because of me being afraid of her saying no, right?
Really?
Yeah, and you know, if she said no, I go on a concert stage and engage her, and she said no. You know, it's walking shame in Guyana, because, you know, people will be like, oh, this is bad of the way the girl said out on the stage. Hey, how you feel bad? You feel bad? I was like, nah, he taking the setup. Right?
I'm now doing this.
So I said here to say so. I got planned a nice little event by her. And you know, when she walk in, I got pop this question. So, on the 20th of March, 2016. The next step was getting Giovanna out of the house on that day. Right? So what I did, I asked her if she wants to go and take a ride with me. Right?
No, ever said no.
And Giovanna was like, yeah, no problem. Right? At first she was just saying, you know, you could just come by me and we could sit down on the veranda and talk, right? But then her sister encouraged her to go for the ride.
And look nice.
Yeah, and look
But you know, it's
nice.
a little hint.
Right, and you know, I think she kind of picked up something from there, but
a little, but
not nothing big.
100% sure.
Then after we went out, note when I saw Giovanna come out of her house, I was like, you know, I think Giovanna know the time about to engage her because she looked that beautiful, right? She looked like she was prepared to be engaged, right? So we went to take a ride around, and then my parents called and said that they're at our home, I could come now, right? Note on this phone, like I think it can echo back, and she heard. I know she heard, right? And I told her that, you know, I got to go home now because mommy want me to go look after something. Right? And she was like, no, but I already said I'm ready now. I said, yeah, they're ready for I go look after the thing. Right?
That was another hint.
And then she was like, well, let me go now. And then I said, no, Giovanna, I'm going to drop you home and then I can come back down. So she was a bit upset, right? So I told her, no problem, man, you know. And then I went to take her home. So after we reached at our home, I had to, you know, find a way to get into the house. So I told Giovanna I need to go to the washroom. Right? So when I went in the house now, you know, I go in, put myself in a nice comfortable position on my knees. Right? And then right away, I think I felt like an R&B singer.
Oh my
so
God.
I just started to sing.
That's when I entered.
Yeah, soon as Giovanna entered the room, hear me. I will never find another lover sweeter than you. Sweeter than you.
He had his
Right?
brother.
And I know my voice, you know, blew her mind away because it was like, oh gosh, you know, this mic could sing. And I was like, yeah. You know, I don't really try to put it out there, but you know. So after that, you know, and then, you know, like I started catching cold feet. I didn't know one more to say. And then Giovanna's mother was like,
I was like shell shocked. I didn't even know how to
Giovanna's mother was like,
his knees.
Jeffrey, ask you for married, yo. And then I was like, Giovanna, married me now? Right? And then Giovanna
She
said,
was
yeah.
very nervous.
Giovanna said yes, and you know, with her hand on her face, you know, want to cry, you know, this emotional girly stuff.
I'm real surprised.
Right?
Like, oh my gosh.
And you know, that was our engagement. So this has brought us to the end of this session. Our next video will be based on planning for your wedding.
Yeah.
So who watching this video, I would advise you, if you're not married yet, you're planning your wedding, please come
get these tips.
and get these tips. It will be
Yes.
very important. I have a lot of experience when it comes to dealing with wedding because of my profession, right? Giovanna have experience, and plus we're married.
Yeah.
So I would advise you guys to come definitely on board, come with your spouse and get some tips in planning for your wedding. It would help you save time, it would help you save money, and it would help you to plan a wedding that is your wedding.
Yes.
Right? Definitely that is your wedding. Right? So along with that, I would also like to encourage you guys, those that are in a courting relationship, you know, courting should be something that is seriously done, you know.
Yeah.
It's not playing games, it's not a dating relationship. You should plan on working on developing each other's ability, because remember, the person that you're with in your courting relationship, you're planning on marrying them. So it's important, you know, to support each other at that time, encourage each other, build each other up. Another thing that is important is your communication. It's important to communicate because you're now learning about each other's personality. You're learning is dislike or dislike, and it's important to know these things. So in marriage, yes, there will be a lot of surprises, but at least you will be able to deduct some of those surprises by communicating, right? And next thing is staying pure. In your courting relationship should not be based on intimacy as yet. If your courting relationship is based on intimacy, when you get married now, there's no surprise because everything has already been exposed, right? So your courting relationship is important to stay pure, right?
Another thing too,
Yeah.
it's important to be authentic, be your true self. I can remember when Geoffrey used to come at my home to visit me. Not all the time I would run to the washroom to put on makeup or so, you know. I give him a chance to see my true self. And ladies, I wish to encourage you, you know, don't pretend to be somebody else, don't pretend to be somebody you're not, right? And give the guy a chance to see who you are without, you know, putting on a set of makeup. And not I'm saying that you can't wear makeup, you know, but give the guy a chance to see who you are. At the end of the day, the guy gotta love you for you and not for somebody else.
Next important point is praying and studying the Word of God together. Right? Praying is essential for any relationship. Pray for the person that you're about to marry. And likewise, read the Bible together. It's important to study the Word of God. You want to keep God in every aspect of your relationship. You don't want God to be a plan B. God is always your plan A. Because at the end of it, you're depending on God to keep this relationship. So those are some of the courting experience that worked for us. There are a lot more that we did not share, but those are the main things, right? There are things that are missing that I know a lot of viewers might think that is important. Feel free to mention it in the comment section. Right? Feel free to ask questions. Remember that we're not here to pull down each other, but to build each other up so that we can all grow in healthy relationships, so that we can all live in love and unity. It's not about pulling. We're not here to showcase anything, but we're here to share our testimony and share our story of God, of how God has been a blessing to us. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So until next time, be safe, practice social distancing, use your face mask. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.